Hi everyone, in today's challenge we are going to solve this problem. The problem name is maximum length of pair chain and the problem number is 646. Alright guys, so first of all what we are going to do? First of all we are going to clearly understand the problem statement. After understanding the problem statement then we will move to the logic part. And in the logic part we are going to see how we can solve this problem, what are the logic and algorithm we are going to use to solve this problem. So everything we will discuss in the logic part, and after understanding the logic part then we will move to the implementation part. In the implementation part, we are going to implement our logic in Python, C++, Java, and JavaScript programming language. Fine, guys. And guys, if you want to have a look on the solution, which I'm going to write in this video for Python, C++, Java, and JavaScript programming language, I will share one link in the description. You can go through that particular link. You can find all the solution over there. Fine, guys. Now let's see what this problem says. So let's understand the problem statement. So problem says you are given an array of n pairs, where pairs of I is left, comma right, and left will always be less than right. Simple thing guys, the first input is nothing but we can say an array, right? Array of pair, or we can say 2D array, simple, right? 2D array, fine. So this pair will look like this. Let me just give an example. This pairs array will look like this. We'll have an array, right? On each index we're going to have one more array of two length. Let's say here 2 comma 4, here's let's say 8 comma 10, here let's say 4 comma 6, or we can say 6 comma 7, right? So this is going to be a pair. So on each index you're going to have one more pair. On each index you're going to have one more array of two length, right? Simple. So this is going to be our array. It's going to look like this. Now there is guaranteed that left will always be less than right. So here you can see I have created a pair same like this. So 2 is always be less than 4, right? So your pair a comma b, a will always be less than b, right? So here 2 is less than 4, 8 is less than 10, and 6 is also less than 7. So that means nothing but we are given a correct pair, right? So this is a correct pair which we will be given with, right? Fine. A pair p2 is equal to c comma d, follow a pair p1 a comma b if b is less than c. A chain of pair can be formed in this fashion, right? So let's see what they are saying us, guys. So let's say there are two pairs, guys. In our pairs array there are so many pairs gonna be, but let's assume two pairs. So one pair is nothing but p1 a comma b, right? Second pair is nothing but we can say p2 c comma d. So there could be p3 as well, p4 as well in our array. So let's say array look like this. Pairs is going to be p1, p2, p3, so on up to this. So this is going to be our array, pairs array. And the first pair, let's say p1 is a comma b, second pair is c comma d. So when we can say this is this condition where when we can make a chain, right, of pairs. Simple thing guys, whenever you can see if your this array p1, the this one index we can say b, right? If this b, let me change the color, this b is less than c, then you can put this p1 in front of p2. So let's say this is a pair, we can say c comma d, or let's give it a name, 8 comma 10, right? So this is pair p2. So a pair p1 can be put in front of p2 here when our b means the second value will always be less than 8. So let's say I'm putting here 6, so here 4 comma 6. So you can see guys, this pair can easily come in front of this pair, because now assume this is p1, this is p2, and here we can also say 6 is less than 8, right? So this in mathematics can make a chain. I have it making a sense, right? Simple thing guys, there are two pair p1 and p2. If p1 of if we can, the second element of p1 is less than the first element of p2, then we can make a chain with p1 and p2, right? Where p1 will become as front and p2 will come as the last, right? So I hope it makes sense. So simple how we can make a pair we have already seen. Now the last line is nothing but return the large length, return the length longest chain which can be formed. So as you can see we are given with two pair here, so we have created a length of 2, right? If there are going to be 10 pairs, we have to check how many pair can we fit in this particular weakness condition, and then we have to return that particular length, right? Fine. And after that you don't need to use up all the given intervals, you can select pairs in any order. Now they're also giving us freedom that we can choose any pair at any time, and it is not necessary that we have to choose all the pairs. We can skip some pair as well, right? Fine. Now let's see the example, then you will have better understanding what they all want, right? So simple, in example 1 we have this pair, right? 1 comma 2, 2 comma 3, 3 comma 4. So let me write here 1 comma 2, 2 comma 3, and 3 comma 4, right? Fine. So this is, let's assume p1, p2, and p3, right? Okay, what I'm doing, fine. So now guys, let's see the how many pairs we can make, right? How many pairs, instead of that we can say what is the longest length of chain we can make, right? So here if we say p1, if I want to connect p1 with p2, so I have to make sure that the last element of p1 should be the second element of p1 should be less than the first element of p2, right? But here the condition is not matching. 2 is not less than 2, right? So that means we cannot make a chain with p1 with p2, right? So this is not possible. Fine. Can so let me write this. This is not possible. So can we make p1 chain with p3? You can see p1 chain with 3. Yes, we can make 2 is less than 3, right? So we can say 1 comma 2. After that 3 comma 4. So this is the longest chain which we can make from this particular array. So this is the answer. We can say 2, right? And you can see in the output as well. Output is 2. The longest chain is 1 comma 2 3 comma 4. I hope it making a sense, right? The second example, we are given this array 1 comma 2 7 comma 8 4 comma 5, right? So 1 comma 2, let's change here 7 comma 8. Let me see, took the same color only, right? 7 comma 8, and this one 4 comma 5, right? All right, so we are given this, right? So now guys, let's see. So what we are going to see, we are going to see first of all, can we make a this chain, right? Where can we make a connect pair p1 with p2? 2 is less than 7. Yes, it is less than 7. So what we are going to do, we are going to say 1 comma 2 7 comma 8, right? So we make a chain where p1 and p2 are connected, right? So we can say this is the currently, can we this is p1, this is p2. Now what we are going to do, we are going to say, can we take this p3? If we going to take 8 should be less than 4, right? But it is not the case, right? So that means we cannot write 4.5 here, right? So that means we can only get a length of 2, right? But wait guys, here you can see the length is 3. Why? Because they have already given us freedom that we don't need to choose this only every time. We can choose any pair at any time, right? So why we are focusing over this only? There could be a possibility that we can pick this one as well before this one. So if I skip this one, first of all, if I pick this one first, so 1 comma 2 2 is less than 4, yes, so I can write 4 comma 5 here. Now if I take this one, so you can see 5 is less than 7, so now I can write 7 comma 8 here. So here you can see I got a length 3. So 2 is less than 4, 5 is less than 7, right? So that means it is following a condition. So we can say this is our answer is nothing but length of this is nothing but 3. So you can say output is nothing but 3. So here you got an idea there guys, that we don't need to just necessarily look on the next part only. We can pick any pair. So that we have to think, right? We have to come up with a greedy approach, right? Fine. So that is the simple problem statement, guys. I hope you understood the problem statement. Simple problem, given a pair, array of pair. Now we have to make a chain of pairs where the first we can say, let's say p1 and p2 are the pairs. So the second element of p1 should be less than the first element of p2. Then only we can make a chain p1 and p2, right? Fine. So what we are going to do now, we are going to say the logic part. Fine. In logic, what we are going to do? So we are going to take just third example, second example only. 1 comma 2 7 comma 8 4 comma 5. 1 comma 2 7 comma 8 4 comma 5, right? So this is the array of pair we are given. So how we can come up with an approach? So simple guys, nothing more. Every time what we are looking for, we are looking for that the second element of any pair should be less than the first element of any other pair. Then only we can put this element in front of this particular element, right? So where we were failing on the case where we know that this is the less than this, but there may be some number in between, like this 4, which can come in between of this. This is the only case where we were failing, right? So what we can do is here, we can say simply, we are going to sort our array, this array, on the basis of last index. So here 2, fine, it's going to come at different. Then what is the smaller? Smaller 5, so it's going to come at now. Then which one is smaller? 7 comma 8, so it's going to come at 8. So you can see guys, we have now sorted on the basis of second index of a pair. 2 5 8, right? Once this is done, then what we are going to do, we are going to simply say fine. Now just you can keep checking. If this is less than this, 2 is less than 4, all right, it is less than 4. So we are going to take this pair and we are going to say result is going to be now initially result what? Let's go from start. So result initially 0, and by default we are going to take a first element, right? By default we are going to take a first element, so we are going to say result is going to be 1. There is a two way. Either you can say result is 0, start from here, or you can say result is 1, start from here. So first of all we are taking a result 0, fine. So we are going to say okay, this 1 is less than let's say the biggest number is nothing but initially, let's say maximum number is initially minus of infinity, right? So let's say 10 raised to power 9. This is our result, right? So is 1 is less than maximum? Yes, 1 is greater than minus 10 raised to 10 raised to power 9. Fine, so we increment the result. We got one pair, and what we are going to do, we are going to say max is going to be now this element 2. Fine. Now we are going to move to this one. Here 4 is 4 is less than this maximum. Maximum is stored in this element only, right? 2 is 4 is less than greater than this maximum? Yes, it is greater. So all right, so increment your result. That means you can make a pair with this, and maximum is now going to be equal to this 5, right? Why this 5? Because we know we have to compare for next pair with the second element only, right? Fine, now we come to next pair. Yes, we got 7. Is 7 is greater than this 5? Yes, it is greater than this 5. So increment your result, which means this pair is going to come with us in a chain, and now your maximum is going to be this 8. Fine. Now you're going to move to the next element, but there is no next element, so you're going to return this result, right? So answer is going to be 3, right? I hope it making a sense, right? If it is only we have to update a maximum, and we have to increment result if and only if your next pair first element is greater than this maximum element, right? I hope it making a sense, right? There could be some case. Let's give some case here as well. So let's say here I'm getting a 5 comma, we can say 7, right? So we are getting this 5,7. So in between this, so as you know, here was nothing but 5 only, right? Here result was 2 till here, right? So then we have to compare with this one. 5 is 5 is less greater than 5? No, it is not greater than 5. So what we are going to do, we are not going to update a maximum as well, we are not going to update result as well. It will keep going, right? We are going to move to this 7. Now 7 is greater than 5, yes, so we are going to update our maximum, which is going to point to 8, and result is going to be 3. And after that we are going to return this part. I hope it making sense. So this 5,7 didn't change our answer. Answer is still 3, right? So that's right. Simple, guys. I hope it makes sense. So this is the simple logic. First of all, we are going to sort on the basis of the second element of pair. Then we are going to keep traversing, and we are going to keep checking. If first element of pair is greater than our maximum, so update the maximum and increment the result. And at that simple return the result. Let's see with the implementation. You will have better understanding with the implementation. So here, first of all, we are with the Python. First of all, what we are going to do, we are going to say sort. Key is going to be nothing but lambda x of 1. So we have sorted on the basis of, we can say, the second element of pair, right? After sorting, we are going to say result is initially 0, and maximum is going to be nothing but float of infinity. It's a negative value, minus infinity, right? Then we are going to traverse over a pair. So for pairs, so we can say for a comma b in pairs, if our first element of pair a, if it is greater than maximum, right? If it is greater than maximum, or we can say for maximum is smaller, what is good, okay, if maximum is smaller than a, both are making sense, right? So if a is greater than maximum or maximum smaller than a, so let's write a is greater than maximum. Then what we are going to do, we are going to say simply, first of all, increment your result, and maximum is going to be now a, not a, b, right? At the end you can simply return your result. Simple problem, right? Let's see. I hope it should pass the test cases, but I believe, guys, I don't know. Just give me a second, guys. I think my internet has gone. I will not take more than 1 minute, guys. Okay, fine. Let's see. And it's working, guys. That you can see it pass all the test cases. Sorry for your time. So simple thing, guys. Just we are sorting. First of all, we sorted it on the basis of second. Here we can say the second element of pair 285, right? After sorting, then we are traverse over this, and we are going to check if first element of pair is greater than maximum. Then first of all, increment your result, and maximum is going to be the second element of this pair, right? Now let's try to submit this code. What's happening? And you can see, guys, it successfully got submitted, right? So we have done. Now let's move to the next programming language. First of all, I remove this one, right? I don't know why it's not clickable. Right, now let's move to the C++. And here in C++, what we are going to do, we are going to say first of all sort it, right? So how we can sort it? We can use a sort, and here we can pass pairs of begun, pairs sort, and here we are going to sort on the basis of second index of pair, right? or second element of pair. So we can say here const vector int, we can say a, const vector int b, and here after this what we can say, we can simplify. So here we're going to say if, not if, simple return our a of 1 should be less than b of 1, and we have sorted now. Now we're going to say int result, which is 0, and maximum value, what it could be maximum. So let's say maximum, which is going to be nothing but let's give it int min, right? Fine. So we are going to move now from, we can simply say for int vector pair, and here pairs, right? So for int vector pairs, simple thing like this. I'm taking a lot of time here, sorry guys. And here what we can say, we can simply say if our b, if our not b, because our maximum, right? So if our this pair of one is nothing but second element, if pair of one is greater than, if this pair of one is greater than our maximum, then only we have to increment the result. So we can simply say result plus plus, and we can simply our say pair, our maximum is now equal to pair of right. Really sorry, this one, I don't know what happening here guys, simple thing, right? If our pair of 0 means first element is greater than maximum, so increment your result, and maximum is now going to be pair of 1, right? So this is we have already seen in the logic, and we can simply return our result. I don't know today what's happening, not able to type. And you got C guys, a of 1 is less than b of 1, fine. So it's capital B, right? It should be small b. Now let's see. And you can see both the test case passed. So let's try to submit this code, and I believe it will also get accepted. So yeah, you can see guys, it's successfully got accepted. Now let's move to the Java. Let's quickly do with Java. First of all, we have to sort on the basis of second element of pair. So arrays dot sort. What we are going to sort? We are going to sort pairs. Then we are going to take to a comma b, a of 1 b comma minus b of 1. Fine. Now what we are going to do? We are going to say fine. Now we are going to say simply first of all define result, which is initially 0, and maximum value, which is initially going to be integer dot min value, right? Then we are going to use for each loop. So we can for int pair of pairs, and here we can see if a pair of 0 is greater than a maximum. If it is so, then only you have to increment your result, and maximum is now going to be pair of 1. Fine, and then simply you can say return your result. Now let's see whether it's working fine or not. And I believe guys it should work. Let's see. And you can see guys both the rest is passed. So let's have to submit this code, and I believe it will also gonna accept it. So fine guys, now we have done with Java as well. Now let's move to the JavaScript, last programming language. And here in JavaScript, what we are going to do, we are going to say first of all sort it, right? So how we can sort it? So we can say simple sort, and here what we can do, we can simply pass. First of all, we can use a PS sort, right? So here we can simply pass over a comma b, and here a of 1 minus b of 1, and we don't use this operation. We have to use equal to, less than, greater than, fine. Now once this is done, then we are going to say let result initially 0, let result is 0, and our maximum is initially number dot min safe integer, right? Fine. Now we are going to say for const pair of pairs, and whenever we are going to increment our result, if pair of 0 is greater than our maximum, so first of all increment your result, then maximum is going to be pair of 1, and then simple return your result. Let's see whether it's working fine or not. I believe it should work, right? Let's see. You can see both the test case passed. So let's try to submit this code, and I believe it will also gonna accept. So you can see guys, it successfully got accepted. So we have done the implementation with Python, C++, Java, and JavaScript programming language. So guys, if you have any kind of doubt in the problem understanding part, logic part, implementation part, you can directly ask in the comment section. I'm always there to help you. And if you learn something new in this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe my channel. Meet in the next video.